Another government sex tape? It seems like sex at the Capitol may be more common than we previously thought. Semafor has reportedly obtained footage of a man masturbating in what appears to be the U.S. Capitol. Semafor reported this week that the clip circulated on Snapchat last year. Another Snapchat clip, a screenshot of which Semafor reportedly reviewed, allegedly shows two men having sex.
According to Semafor, Representative Dan Newhouse was told soon after the videos were posted on Snapchat that one of the participants was alleged to be a member of his staff. A spokesperson for the congressman confirmed to the outlet that reports of, quote, purported unbecoming behavior by a senior staffer had prompted an investigation last year, but that no conclusive evidence had been found. The unnamed staffer denied to Semafor that he participated in those videos and says, according to Semafor, that he did leave left that congressman's staff for unrelated reasons on good terms. So the specifics of this one, as best I can tell, it's not perhaps as clear who the participant or participants are as opposed to the the sex tape in the Senate meeting room that we discussed earlier this week on the show and was really a topic of considerable conversation on social media last weekend. But in any case, and the the salaciousness of it and because these were gay hookups, my point of view is just like, why don't do this at your office? Don't do this at work. Don't do you can't. It's not that it's the sacred nature of a government building. You just in any business, any place where people work, it's an HR violation to do this kind of thing. And it's kind of crazy that people keep doing it. Just not at work, please. Is that a reasonable position to take?
I think it's reasonable. I don't think it's reasonable that nobody was believing Madison Cawthorn. Obviously, the kid wasn't lying about what he told us about. Anyway, I think the thing that was reported widely, that it appears to be at the U.S. Capitol. I don't know what's worse. If it was actually at the U.S. Capitol and this was someone doing this while they were working, combining their side job with their day job or what have you. I think it would be worse if this was a room made to look like the U.S. Capitol and it was a replica in someone's house. I think that is worse.
It's like a porn studio setup. That was the storyline was congressman's aide. Yeah, okay. Well, also, that would not be an HR violation, but I take your point.
Yeah, it would be much weirder, though. I think also their face was not in this most recent video, which is why, they weren't identified and they ended up, leaving their position later on for other reasons. This is obviously coming out now because of the other sex tape that we know about. But it's weird to say, well, it kind of looks like you. It's like, you know what I look like without clothes on from behind, boss? That's an HR nightmare as well, trying to prove that it looks like them. So what a terrible situation to be in. I just think it's unsanitary. Just don't do that in a room where people are working and sitting, and they spend many long hours in the room, and I'm sure people do eat snacks in the room, and that is horrifying, Robbie.
Yeah, Yes, it's very unsanitary. I mean, both situations are unsanitary. Don't have sex on people's desks, again, places they work. Frankly, if I'm getting the details right, this one sounds honestly even more unsanitary. Although it's all bad. Don't do this at work, people. Very easy. You have a home, you have whatever, your house, your apartment. It's not good. Do you think, Jessica, there's just too much? This is why we're not getting any legislating, why this country has so many problems. The people who are supposed to be helping our legislators come up with good policy are too busy having sex in the closets in the meeting rooms of the U.S. Capitol.
And filming it, Robbie. I think the tragedy here is congressional salaries are incredibly low. It takes a lot of expertise to be able to be someone who can write good policy, who can write good legislation. And the salary is extremely low. It seems like they were supplementing their income with this in some way. I know that people record themselves having sex for fun. That would be good if it was that. But I think congressional staffers in this day and age are not recording themselves having sex for no money at all. That's just my hunch. And so I believe this was them supplementing their income, if they had perhaps a more fair wage, they would be more focused while they were at work, Robby.
No. I'm not gonna. I see where you're going with this. But that does raise the point, like, okay, because it's not just these people having sex at their workplace, which is the U.S. Capitol. They are also filming it. They're like filming themselves. Again, doing a very obvious HR violation, something you would be terminated from if caught doing in like most workplaces in America, and you decide to film it. Seems like incredibly risky behavior. That something like this is exactly what's going to get out. But not again. This is not judgment. Everybody's free to do whatever they want, but not at the workplace. That is. Right. Like an ironclad rule. Do you think? So you're talking about the filming quality. Do you think the lighting, the videographer skills are something to be appreciated from an artistic standpoint?
I haven't seen the video, Robby, so I can't speak to that. Yeah. I can't speak to that. I can't speak to them doing a good job. Would it be redeeming? I don't know if it would be better or worse. I want to know how they got away with it. How did they know this room was open? Why was no one there? I've been in the Capitol before. It is weirdly ghostly in the halls. There's not a lot of action. Granted, I've only been there early in the morning, but actually I can see a room being abandoned and there being an opportunity for this. Security should be a little bit tighter at the Capitol for someone to get away from sneaking off into a room and not being seen for so long that they're able to film themselves having sex. Yeah. Like I think Capitol security has been flagged as a major concern.
Yeah, I don't know what your experience has been there, but when I'm there, I open doors. I'm like, oops, there's people having sex here. The next room, oops, people having sex here. I guess that's just how it goes. U.S. Capitol.
Right. You politely close them and you say, just don't film it. Just have fun.
The January 6ers should have said they were just there for hookups, and then they would have been like, oh, come right in. It's not a problem. And it would have ended this whole prosecution, I think.
They would have gotten themselves a job, Robby.
Yeah.
That's how you get a job at the Capitol.
All right. We have made fun of this ridiculous story for as much as we possibly can. I hope there are no more of these to come. People
Cut
just, oh God, I can't believe I just said that. All right, we're ending this. More Rising after this. Go away. Goodbye.